I got to get myself situated first because I've recently just moved as well.
It
was my new place is good. It was an interesting moving experience, mostly because of all the shit that Sydney has built up over the years.
God.
And I remember. Okay, so we hired the same moving company, right? So there's this main guy, and he knows that we're YouTubers because he moved
all the trash taste
stuff, right? I don't think he was prepared. Like, he knew that we were anime fans, right? But I don't think he was prepared for some of the stuff that Sydney had like just within her closet, right? And so I remember,
poor man.
Yeah, before they do the move, they also have to like scout the place just to see what they have to move and how many trucks they have to rent out. And Sydney was just like, you know what? I know the stuff. I know my room's a bit of a nuclear like wasteland right now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna clean it up a bit, right? So what she does is she takes off all like the lewd posters off a wall, right? She's like, I'm cleaning up my room. You know, he's not going to notice it.
Cleaning up
my room. So she takes off all the lewd posters, thinking she's got a job done. I've got nothing to worry about. What she forgets, right, is there's no posters on the wall, but there's just a massive pile of sex toys in the corner that she just somehow forgot about.
You really know how numb she is to that kind of shit now, right? Where it's like, oh yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, right?
It's the pussy of the round table.
It's the pussy of the round table.
Fine art right there.
And it's the 10-kilogram boobs that are just lying on the floor.
Nothing
so
wrong
she
with it.
forgets to hide that, but she takes off the slightly lewd posters off the wall. And so
This is distasteful, Grant. No.
so the guy opens the door and is greeted by just the 10-kilogram boobs that is just sitting on her desk. That she somehow just forgot about.
Absolute state. He probably wanted to like get out of there. Yeah.
And so after we get everything packed up, obviously they hired different people. So he's seen all this before, but obviously his employees haven't seen this, right?
Oh no.
And so they have to pack everything up, right? And so how it was, they packed everything up. There were about like 4 men just loading stuff into the 2 trucks that we had. Sydney stayed behind. To clean up the place after we were all driving to our new place to unpack everything. And I sat with them in one of the vans. And I sat with them, with 2 of them, and 2 of them weren't the main guys, so it was just one of their employees. It was just like, it was like a good 15-20 minutes of silence, right? And we were just driving along, and the guy next to me just goes, "So interesting stuff you got there, eh?" And I'm just like, oh my god, so it's like I'm starting to fucking explain this shit, right? So it's like, this is just, we're YouTubers, and the room, that room, that room, that's not my room.
How do you explain that shit though to someone? That's like trying to explain what B-board is on 4chan, right? It's like, so there's a lot of fucked up shit here, but don't worry about it. It's completely fine. Like, you get used to it.
I remember when I showed them all the fucking cosplays I had. They were like, "What the fuck? Why do you have so many costumes? Why is there so many dresses?" I'm like, I don't know.
That's my
It's a
job.
hobby. It's a hobby of mine. What can I say? What can I say? I just like this
Well,
stuff.
what's worse to say? If it's your job or if it's your hobby?
I don't know.
What gets you judged more?
The guy walked in my room and was like, "So you're single, huh?" I was like, what?
I'm glad Sydney was there, because if it was just me sorting this out, I can't. How do I explain that? How the fuck do I explain that? So I live with a fiance, and she collects sex toys and reviews them on her YouTube channel, and they're just like, yeah, sure,
Reviews
sure,
them. It's like,
yeah,
sure,
bet.
And then it's not even the worst part, because after I have this like half an hour explanation, explaining to them what we did, and just explaining the situation so they understand. So we get to the house, and so they start unloading stuff. First goes the bed, and then all like the other boxes, and then the big stuff, and then I had scheduled the gas guy to come on the same day, because we've got to turn on the gas, maximize, min-maxing moving.
Yep.
So I get a phone call from the gas guy as everyone's coming in. Packing, unloading all the stuff into the house. I'm like, I'm about to come over. Is that cool? And I'm like, great, perfect. I'm here right now. Just come right in. So he comes in, checks the gas thing, turns it on, does the check. Everything's perfect. And as he's about to walk down the stairs, guess what pops up? It's the 10-kilogram boobs right in front of him that the guy just like fucking presents to him on a silver platter. And the guy...
Wait, wasn't it inside?
Oh my god!
Wasn't it inside of like a box or anything like that?
Yeah, it was inside a box, the packaging, which is just an anime girl with her breasts out, right? Because this thing doesn't need to go in a box. It is its own box. It's just boobs. That is 10 kilograms. The box is big enough by itself. So he stops. They both stop. The gas guy looks at him, looks down at the box, looks at me, and he goes, "Oh, very important." I'm just like, "Oh,
did he really?
yeah."
Oh my god!
So he's like, yes, it is. Thank you.
He's got a sense of humor. Man.
The guy said, what if the guy was like, oh, I got one of those.
Oh shit! You got the new model.
Oh shit, that's the new model right there, Pog.
So yeah, I just phoned Sydney up afterwards, and I'm just like, why did you give me this job? I should be the one cleaning up. You should be the one handling this shit.
Were the tits really necessary to keep?
Yeah,
is that saying that it needs to
also,
be
did
kept?
it need to go in the box that had all the lewd shit in front of it? Like, you couldn't have just put it in like the moving box? Or
We let the movers pack a lot of it.
because what I did with all my lewd shit is
Yeah.
that I packed it in a box separately before the moving people came, so they had no idea of all the cursed shit I have in my house.
I try to pack as much stuff as I could, but there's too much stuff.
Yeah,
Because when they pack stuff, I just lost track of everything. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know which box everything in.
Yeah, I tried to like help them and like try to keep track of everything, and then like about 2 hours in, you realize I don't know where anything is anymore.
Yeah, and so like even like a month after, I was like, which box is that one specific thing I need in? I tear open all the boxes, can't find it, and I'm like, well, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Like I still haven't found my wireless headphones, which is somewhere in one of the boxes. Like you forget about the little items that you kind of need in day-to-day life. Until you're staring at about 20 boxes in front of you, and you realize that this one thing is in one of these boxes. I guess.
Yeah, how does that happen? Every time, I swear, like it doesn't matter who I ask, how far they're moving, how much stuff they have. Every move, items just like go into like some Donnie Darko shit happens where it just like disappears into a void on the way.
Yeah.
It's like, because like you look at it, because I had that as well where I was like, okay, I'm missing like 2 or 3 items at least.
Yeah.
I went back to the old house, obviously not there. Ring up the moving company, they say they don't have it. I'm like, well then where the fuck did it go? You're not going to tell me it's in one of these boxes, because you open it all up and it's still not there.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, what did I do with it? Where did it go?
Man, I miss moving as a student. You just had like 2 suitcases.
Yeah, exactly,
That's
right?
it. Like you just chuck everything away you don't need.
Because the thing is, when you're moving, when you have like an apartment and stuff, you just forget how much shit just is hidden.
Yeah.
So you pack
Furniture is such a nightmare.
Yeah, you pack the big shit, and you're like, oh, I'm like 80% done. And then somehow you add another 3 hours of packing on top of that because there's so much shit that's just accumulated randomly.
I was surprised at how much shit was in my kitchen. I thought my kitchen was like 2 boxes, 3 boxes.
Yeah.
It was like 15 boxes of just kitchen shit. I'm like, how is this? What? Why do I own so many spoons and plates? What is this? I didn't know I owned that much shit. And I'm like, why do I have like 4 different types of plates? I only use one.
It's because you like go deep into like cupboards that you open like once every like couple of months, and it's like, oh, okay, I didn't realize I had 17 bottles of fucking dishwashing liquid just like sitting back there.
Oh, dude, man, getting rid of all the cardboard after moving was such a nightmare.
Don't talk to me about that.
Bro,
Don't talk to me about that.
19,000. I probably had a Japanese forest worth of cardboard in my apartment at one point.
Luckily, the service we ordered, they took all the cardboard with them because they unpacked it all for us.
Did I unpack it? Oh,
but doesn't that service cost like 10 grand?
Yeah, but we got sponsored.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Fucking
Wow,
YouTuber
nice for some. I just have
I just can't in good faith pay 10 grand for them to move my stuff.
Oh no, if I didn't get sponsored by it, I wouldn't have paid for it.
Like the one that they charged me like 2 grand.
Yeah.
Which I was like, okay, that makes sense, I guess. It's a full day of work. It's a full tank of gas. It's a truck.
You're like talking yourself out of it.
2 days of work. You're throwing away stuff too. Yeah, that makes sense. I guess okay.
It makes sense somewhere. Somewhere.
You know, they gotta make a profit, man. It's got, but
struggling out here.
Because I saw your moving company. Someone was moving into my building, and it was like the whole place had been like taken over by them. There was like 15 of them. And
Like the elevator and like the outside is like
all
has their logo on it.
I was like, no wonder they cost like 10 grand. They've got the whole goddamn Japanese workforce here doing this stuff.
They really are like, I don't know why. I guess they're really prideful of their company or something, but like they love plastering their logo
everywhere.
all over the fucking place.
I mean, it works.
It seemed like a fucking it seemed like a military operation. It's like that scene from the anime where they call the SDF. They're like, oh shit, you know, get the SDF down here, man. This is a real job now.
Rock up in suits. It's like, oh shit, here they go.
To be fair, I understand, man. If you got a family, you got kids and shit, and you're doing pretty well for yourself, I get it. I fuck trying to move with my kids. I would not want to be in my situation that I was in. Plus kids. I understand that it's like, just bring in the fucking SAS, bring in the Marines. Bring in John Cena to do it. Like, I do not want to do it.
Or especially if you were, in your 60s, 70s, 80s.
Oh, God,
right? It's like, just fucking do it.